Hey, Steamtown. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Jason. I'm on staff at Steamtown Church. I'm over our Connections and Outreach Ministries. And this week, I and the other church leaders are going to be sending out a series of videos that hopefully will give some words of insight, some scriptural foundation, and just some hope in these trying times. With the coronavirus really affecting all of our lives at this point and spreading around our nation and the world, it's easy for us to lose sight of what is important and what we're called to as believers of the church. And so my hope is to give just a few words of insight and just a couple practical things that you can practice at home and throughout your lives over the next couple weeks. I know that it's really scary for us to be told to recluse and to quarantine ourselves. So we as people need others. The entire foundation of the church is built upon this idea that we as believers are coming together and doing life with one another. And so when we have to take away that ability to connect with one another, we can feel lost and something's just off in our lives. But hopefully these couple things will help maintain a sense of connection and community within your lives. I'd like to read these words out of 1 Corinthians chapter 12. This is beginning in verse 25, and it says, "May there be no division in the body, but that the members may have the same care for one another. And if one member suffers, all the members suffer with it. If one member is honored, all the members rejoice with it. Now you are Christ's body, and individually members of it." Now these verses, they are in the context of Paul talking about using our spiritual gifts to serve one another in the church. But I also believe that it's talking about what the community of believers is supposed to look like, that we move almost as this unit, that our lives are so intertwined that when one person rejoices, we rejoice with them. And when we're in times right now where one person may be hurting, we hurt with them. So my first encouragement is for us not to lose our connection with one another. Although we're not going to be meeting on Sunday mornings for at least this coming Sunday and maybe a Sunday after that. I'm not sure yet. But regardless, we can still communicate with one another, calling each other, email each other, texting one another, even sending maybe a letter in the mail, although I don't know how quickly it might get to others at this point. The point is that we are intentionally maintaining our relationships, asking what others need prayer and how can we help and support one another, and even just telling stories and talking about life with one another. I believe that this is a significant mark of the church, in that as we communicate, we are upholding our community. And the second thing is, I want to really encourage you to make your neighborhood your mission field. Although businesses are closing and we're not going to be doing and being part of and going to a lot of the events that we're accustomed to on a weekly basis, we can still interact and care for and serve those around us. And our neighborhood is a perfect place to begin. You don't have to drive. You can just walk outside and begin to either build or further those relationships. So I challenge you, if there's someone in your street that you can help out with during this time, to go ahead and do that. Let us help those who are in need. Let us see what people have going on in their lives a couple houses down that maybe we can relate to, be part of, or help out in. But the point is that we are not just looking at the needs of our lives, but we're also looking at the needs of others during this time. And ultimately through that, our hope is that Jesus shines through our lives and that we as a church can be a light for him even in these times when all seems dark. We love you all, we miss you dearly, and we pray that we will be able to gather here soon as a church. God bless Steamtown. We'll see you soon.